Hey guys, it's Sensuki. Everybody Loves Hypno from Reddit asked a question about the retaliation monk build that I was talking about, and I wanted to demonstrate that in the game. Now, this is the Pillars of Eternity backer beta, and I'm also using a mod which will probably be available shortly after the game's release. I'll go into those a bit later on, but as you can clearly see, I'm using a custom user interface, and there's a couple of UI changes as well. Okay, so what this build is, I'll go into my character sheet, is you need maximum constitution and might, and then you also need to be a fire godlike, because they get the battle forged ability, which does burn damage against enemies that attack them. I think it's in melee, or it might be just any enemies when they're under 50% endurance. I've also chosen Turning Wheel, which gives plus 5% burn damage every time they get a wound, which I spoke about in my previous video. Soul Mirror, which reflects half of range missiles back at the person who shot it. Rooting Pain, which does AoE crush damage to all nearby enemies in a small area of effect when the monk gains a wound. And I'm not sure if Enervating Blows applies, but on melee critical hits, it causes the target to get weakened. Now, I don't know if these passive attacks actually count as a melee attack. And then for talents, you need Lesser Wounds, which drops the wound threshold to 8. Scion of Flame, which gives plus 20% burn damage. Savage Attack, which gives times 1.2 melee damage and minus 5 melee accuracy. Now, if that actually works, then Enervating Blows will probably work as well. Vulnerable Attack, which bypasses 5 DR. And because I'm not making any attacks, the slow from vulnerable attack doesn't worry me. And Bloody Slaughter, which is currently bugged, and it adds plus 0.5 to the crit damage multiplier, which should only proc when I'm under 50% endurance, but currently it works on everything. But for the purposes of this build, it won't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go into combat. You also need Plate Mail, and I'm going to initiate combat. I'm going to attack one of these guys. Okay, so as you can see, when they're hitting me, they're all taking damage. And they're all killing themselves. I'm not... I can use my Torment's Reach, I guess. As you can see, I just completely demolished everybody in that fight on my own. Now, this monk is level 10, which is way over level for this content. This is level 4 content. But you basically get the idea. It's just enemies attack you and they just get completely destroyed. So that is the build that I was talking about. So I hope you like this video. And I am working on the second part of my beginner's guide. It will probably take me a very long time to do, because there is a lot of systems in the game, and I really want to clearly explain all of the systems in as much detail as I did in my first video. So that's going to take me quite a bit of time to put together. Hopefully it will be out in the next 24 hours. So thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to part 2 of my beginner's guide. But in the meantime, here's a fun video in the intermission.